Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Well, we're on the downhill slide to the first of the next year. Oh my goodness, I am so glad for a weekend to be over. It was fun and everything. It was hectic, but yeah. As you can see, I'm working on the one I call Storm. I worked on this a little bit last night and got a couple more colors in. I swear there must be like 50 colors in just this area. I know, there's only 30 colors in the whole thing, but yeah, there's like 10 stitches of each color in this. But I am making some kind of progress. Can't see the letters yet. That's what I was driving for, and finally my eyes just got too tired last night and it didn't happen. I just couldn't deal. I don't know what was wrong with me yesterday. I laid down and took a 4-hour nap. I was just playing catch up, I think, from like Thursday and Friday when I didn't sleep worth a darn before Thanksgiving, before Christmas, and yeah, it's just catching up with me. And I went to bed last night about 11:30, and I was up at 6. I guess I got enough sleep. So I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I just felt drug out, and I'd work a little bit on housework, and then I'd sit down and stitch a while or diamond paint. Didn't do too much diamond painting yesterday, just a bit. So, because I just couldn't deal with sitting at this table for that long. I finished a little section, and I was like, okay, that's enough of that. So I ended up stitching more than I did diamond painting yesterday. And I woke up to snow today. There's, a skiff of snow. I gotta go to work from 10 to probably 2:30, depending how busy it is. I'm assuming that most people would be going back yesterday, if they had to go to work after spending, you know, Christmas at somebody's house, so hopefully it won't be nearly as busy, as it was probably over the weekend. I don't know. I didn't have to work. And I think they closed, probably between 7 and 8 o'clock, depending how many people would have been out there, still coming through. So, yeah. We're good. New Year's isn't really as busy as it is for, say, Christmas, and people trying to get there for Christmas. Not many people moving around. But if you were on a great big vacation, during Christmas, people have been known to do that. But not us. We never really went that far, for any given reason. The color I'm using is 823. It's kind of a dark navy. You put it next to that black, and you really can't tell. I don't think that's black, though. It's 939, so it's an even darker blue. Sorry. Get you in line here so you can see what we're doing. So, I don't expect this week to be too terribly busy. And last Wednesday, we got all of our new windows in at work because they had to do some remodeling for, let's see, I don't know how to explain it. I work for a gas station, so there's like an aisle where you can go get gas. Well, it's right close to the building, So during the summer, a camper drove into the aisle to get fuel and hit the top of the building, skimmed off part of the soffit that stuck out like 2 feet from the building, and yeah, so we're getting that fixed. They had to rip it all off after they hit part of it. So we haven't had lights on the sidewalk in front and around the side of the building. Yeah. So the owner decided that she was going to put in windows, and we finally got the windows in, and we still are waiting for the front of the building for them to put it on. It's just like an awning, if you will. So we're still waiting on those because they had to wait on materials and blah blah blah, you know. So yeah, it's been taking months just to get this fixed. Just been outrageous. Just outrageous. And she's about fit to be tied. So, yeah. So, they're working on that. But they finally got all the windows in on Wednesday night. And I finally got out of there, about 9:30. 9:30. Somewhere in there. But that was fun to work around. But there weren't that many people, see? No, not a lot of people were coming through yet for Christmas, but they sure looked nice when they got them all done. So, fun times. So now all they gotta do is put the outside awning on, and I'm not sure when they'll work on that or do that or whatever. They had to do part of the roof as well, but they got that part done, so we're on the final rows. You know, if they could just get the lights in, we might be able to see out there. It'll look so much better. So, that's the big plans for the week. I doubt that they'll finish that this week. You know, this thing is just too heavy for this little project. We're gonna have to move it. It's fine. I'm not big on needle minders. I like little ones. I think they're cute, but other than that, I usually don't use one. I just put it back into the cloth. I know you're not supposed to probably do that, but I should hope after a few thousand years of doing cross stitches and making needles that they're making them all out of, what's that word? Stainless steel. That would be nice. They probably don't, but oh well. But I've never had a problem with a needle rusting. You know, I don't live in a place that's damp all the time anyway. So, yeah. It works. And 9 out of 10 times when I'm done, providing that the thread is long enough, I put it out here in the, what do you call it? Out in the margin, if you will. So let's see what else is happening. This probably won't be a very long video since I gotta go to work. At 10 o'clock on Monday is just a killer. I know. I've had worse times to go to work, like 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm really not complaining at all. But I ordered the kit that I wanted that I talked about in my live the last time we had a live. We're going to have a live this week because I'm really missing it. Really missing it. You can almost see the words. They're getting there. I thought this would be easier. I didn't realize this was going to be so confettied. But it's stitching up very nice. And who knows, I might get tired of, why am I doing it the hard way? Um, Tired of working on this confettied area and go work on something else, but so far, it's okay. I think that's the word her. I don't have my, oh, I do. It's way over here, but that's why I inserted a picture because, hang on, the picture on here is horrible, but I can almost see these words, her and two, and that one's storm, so we'll see. It just takes a hot moment. Some days I have patience for confetti, and others, not so much. I'll go and work on some other part, but I just like this one and wanted to get it done. Or just work on it, basically. I have no expectations of getting it done in a week or anything. That will never happen. And if it does, you'll know for sure that I'm totally sick because I just don't work that fast. Or I don't stay with it, because I'm working on something else. I was watching Stitch Rhodey yesterday. I just love her. And she was talking about how things just randomly, you just pick something up and stitch on it for 4 days. I know that feeling. That's exactly the way I stitch. It can sit there for months and then all of a sudden I've just got to stitch on that for 3 or 4 days. Yep. But I watched a lot of, we'll call it, well, YouTube. Because I don't remember if it was people's floss tubes or just their regular thing. But, yeah. I watched Brenda and Lora, and I watched Hands Across the Sea, and who else did I watch yesterday? Watched Almond M&M. Just sitting there. I don't know, I wasn't kind of bored. You get Christmas fallout, if that makes any kind of sense. It's like you work for a goal for so long, and then you have it, and then, okay, now what? It's not that there's nothing to look forward to. I have plenty to look forward to. I don't know. I do this every year, all the time. And just waiting for the next thing to happen. I was wondering, though, I was watching, oops, I went right up the same one I went down. My bad. What is it called? I want to say Needle and Thread. No, that's not right. Crap. The one in England that has the year-long sale, and they did the one about the Mexican pottery last year that I got tangled in. I just wondered if they had a new one. Fox? No, that's not right. I want to say Fox and Rabbit. But you know what I'm talking about. I have it on my favorites. I just haven't been there in a while. I just was wondering what their excuse me, what their new one was for this year. Because last year, it just messed me up big time. So, because I couldn't get that to come out right, I took it apart 3 or 4 times. I was done. It's like, I really don't care if this ever gets done. But I never heard any more of anybody else working on it for the whole year. And if they did, it was quietly, because they never mentioned it again after that first month or so. So, I liked the one they had the year before. I didn't finish it, but it was so much easier to follow. And I didn't have nearly the problem. I just got tired of working on it. But I always like to see what they have. They have such pretty patterns. But, God, that one last year, I could not get it to save my soul. I'm not much on building a frame for something and then stitching in it. It just did not work out. And I haven't had that much problem with the pattern, and I can't even remember when. Well, except for inspiration. Bye. Who is it? Oh God, that thing on 30, or not 32. I did it on 28 count. I could not get the back stitching in to save my ass. Not happening. Some things I don't have problems with, but others, And I wasn't about the back stitching on even weave. I can do back stitching on like regular Ada, but on even weave it just doesn't look right or something. I don't know. It's bizarre. Just bizarre. So we'll see. I have no idea what kind of stuff I'm gonna be working on this year. If it'll be mostly pre-stamped or if I'll get into some counted again, I have no idea. I just don't have any wanting list. I try not to look at the what do you call it? 1, 2, 3 stitch and see what new patterns are out, because I just know that it'll frustrate the hell out of me, because I can't work on everything all the time. I watched the third part of, is it 1883? I think that's the right numbers. Or, yeah, numbers. It's really kind of good. But I hate that it's a weekly series. I am spoiled rotten by Netflix and not knowing when these things are actually in syndication, shall we say. That I watch everything just one episode after another, and it's always after the fact. You know what I mean? I'm not used to having to look for something that's on every week. That just drives me crazy. So I'd rather watch it in its entirety. So, but I'm seeming to catch this silly series in between now, and whenever the next one comes out. So, fun times. But it is good, and I like Sam Elliott. Always did. I think everybody else in the series is doing a good job. So, and I'm just not used to a weekly thing. Hell, I can't even watch Grey's Anatomy on a weekly basis. Because I forget, TV, because I don't have my TV on all the time. I do both them threads already? Holy cow. Jeepers creepers. Well, it'll be fun. I get to go out there and brush off my car. Yay! And hope I left my window, like I said, rolled down so that I can get the car door open. But we're supposed to have 40-mile-an-hour winds sometime today. So we'll see. And I'm not about walking to work. I know it's only 2 blocks, but 2 blocks are 2 blocks. I won't be worth a damn if I walk to work. It's terrible getting old, ain't it? Just sucky. Of course, I never walked back in the day. I always had a vehicle. It was always too far, to walk. It's not like you were just walking here and there. Get these 2. I love it. See, there's two little stitches, and I don't. It's too far to go anyplace else. So, yeah, that's what I did 3/4 of the time I stitched yesterday. 2 stitches here, 4 stitches there. Like, okay. It's just too far, and I don't want to waste all the thread. I love this 823. It's really pretty on white. It really shows it off. So no other great big huge plans. We'll see what comes in, and it'll probably be a couple weeks before I ever get my new cross stitch that I ordered. So that gives me something to look forward to, though. Can't wait. It's so pretty. It's another huge one. This material is really nice, though. It's nice and soft. And even if I'm working in a place that I haven't put a lot of stitches, it's nice and easy in your hand. I like that. Wish they all did that. That stiff stuff, it just takes forever to get softened down. If they'd use this thinner Ada, it would be much better. At least for me. I don't know about you, but yeah. Haven't watched anything new on Netflix. New or exciting that I can think of. And I'm more, I usually watch what do you call it? Series, then I don't have to go looking for something else in about an hour and a half or 2 hours or however long it takes to get through something. And preferably something I didn't have to read subtitles to know what the heck is going on. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Let me just put that needle down. So we're getting there. There's about 10 more, what do you call them, colors in each of those letters. But just a little bit at a time. It doesn't look like I did hardly anything. But, oh well. It's getting there. Well, thank you for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.